Good morning, boys and girls. We're on page 227 today. I'm going to take up kind of where I left off yesterday. We learned to divide a whole number and a fraction. Today we're going to be dividing a fraction by a fraction. The same rule applies. I have a fraction. Let's say that I had the fraction 2/9. I wanted to divide it by 1/2. My rule says my divisor, which is my second number, my divisor is 1/2. I'm going to learn to write the reciprocal of that number just like I did yesterday. My dividend is my first number, 2/9. 2/9 is going to stay just like it is. So I would say 2/9. Remember, we change and flip. Those are our words. We change our sign and then we flip or write the reciprocal of this divisor. So I would say 2/9. I change the sign to a multiplication. Once I change that sign to a multiplication, I write the reciprocal or flip that number. So it would be 2/1. I have written the reciprocal of 1/2, which is just flipping it, writing it 2/1. I see if anything will cancel, which it will not. So I multiply as usual. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 1 is 9. My fraction would be 4/9. All right, let's do another problem following the same rules. Let's say that we had 5/6 and we wanted to divide it by 2/3. All right, remember our rule. Our dividend, which is 5/6, stays 5/6. I change my division sign, change and flip. I change that sign to the opposite, which is a multiplication, and I flip this, which is doing the opposite of that, upside down, 3/2. I see if anything will cancel, just as I would in a regular division of fraction problem or multiplication. 3 will go into 3 one time, 3 will go into 6 two times. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. I come out with an improper fraction, 5/4, which I know I've got to change. I change that by dividing my denominator into my numerator. 4 will go into 5 one whole time. I would have 1 left over. I write that over that same denominator. 1 1/4 would be my answer. Now, let's do another one together. All right, here we go. Let's say that I had 10/12 and I wanted to divide it by 2/3. All right, remember, this is my dividend. The 10/12 is my dividend. My sign is a division, but I know I'm going to change it, and I'm going to write the reciprocal of this divisor. The number is 2/3. The reciprocal of 2/3 would be 3/2. So I go 10/12. I change and flip. I change the division to a multiplication. I flip that to make it 3/2. And I now multiply as I usually would. So let's see if anything will cancel. Sure, 3 and 12. 3 will go into 3. 3 will go into 12 4 times. 2 will go into 2 one time. 2 will go into 10 5 times. Now I multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. Now think, what kind of fraction is 5/4? It's an improper fraction. So I know I have to change it by dividing my denominator into my numerator. 4 will go into 5 one whole time. I have 1 left over. 1 1/4 would be my answer. Now, I would like for you to do the problems on 227. 227. Please do all of number 1 and number 2.